Good afternoon, students. Today we learn about the H hive. In the previous class, I discussed about the H hive and how it has been taken care. Now here also I am continuing that video. So first step is the interfacing. Second step is about the driver. From the driver, it will move to the compiler, metastore. From metastore, again it will turn back to compiler and driver. Then it will process for execution. In execution, it moves to Hadoop. That is about the MapReduce framework and HDFS. Once it has collected the data, then again it will travel back to the execution engine. So and then it will reach us to an interface via driver. So this is an 10 steps of an algorithm how the H hive is working. So this is about the operation as I discussed in the previous video also. It is about executing, getting the plan, get the metadata, send the metadata and send the plan and send the results. So today we will move on to the data types of hive. There are 4 major types of data types. One is called column type, literals, null values and complex types. So these are the 4 different categories of data types in hive. Now we will study how it will go. Integral types you can say here small int, tiny int and small int. String type you can see varchar and it's a char we can use. In the timestamp we can use yyddmm and similarly decimal unions. These are the different column types. Then literals. So it is a floating point types is there and double is there, a decimal type is there, that is from 10 to the power of minus 308 to the 10 to the power of 308. This is about the range of decimal type approximately. Similarly we are having an arrays just like our programming languages used the same way they are used in Java. Map is in the hive are similar of Java only and the structure is also similar using the complex data with the comments. So the arrays, maps and also remain same in the Java programming language. So here is one small example how they created the database and showing the database and dropping the database and creating a table which we learned in the DBMS subject by using a hive command. So here we will move on to the next one, Apache OZ. Apache OZ is a workflow scheduler for Hadoop. It is a system which runs the workflow of different jobs. For example, permitted to create a directed acyclic graph of workflow, which I will explain what is a cyclic graph of workflows which can be run in a parallel and sequential. I think responsibilities of the flow is engines to store and run. Coordinating engine, I think bundle. I will explain you with one example. See here. Now this is Apache OZ. Now what is Apache OZ? First it will start, it will move on to the MapReduce breakdown and now it will kill. So you can see here, if there is any error if I found, immediately what it will do? It will kill, that is unsuccessful termination. Suppose if there is no error, automatically it will reach to the end and its successful completion will go. So this is the meaning of an OZ. Now I will explain you the theme. So see here the control flow, start node and end node will be there. If there is a error node designates the occurrences of the error and corresponding error message to be printed, and action node represents a workflow task. So that is called as a killing the node. So Apache is a much flexible as well. One can easily start and stop and suspend the things and rerun the job. So please remember, my dear students, 4 operations: start and stop, I can suspend and I can rerun the jobs. So these are the flexibility of the OG. So I will explain you again with that. Start and stop. Yes, begin and end from start node to. And by using some algorithm, mapper and it is a reducer and shifting I can do. And suppose if you find there is an error, I can unsuccessfully terminate from the job. Okay, and again I can rerun the execution. So this is called as a start, stop, suspend and rerun. Clear? Now here he has given you about the 4 Apache OG. So we all move on to the one more. So you can see still not clear. So once there is a error, it will notify the client of error. That is an action, email action mode. So this is one more benefit. I am sending an acknowledgement. I am notifying to a client that there is an error occurred, and that is through an email node action. Then I can unsuccessfully terminate. This is one acknowledgement delivery to a client. So this is about the diagram of an OG, Apache OG. Now we will move on to the next topic, HBase. HBase is a data model. It is just like a database management system. Since 1970, RDBMS is solution. Just as I think I told you in the previous videos also, HDBS on the front end like a scoop only. Majorly it looks like a Hadoop scoop only. Is a solution for data storage and maintenance related problems. After the big data companies realized this. This is the history I think I told you about the scoop 1 version, scoop 2 version, and then I told what is the difference between a scoop and a hive and base. So this is about the information. Now what is the drawback or the conditions, constraints of Hadoop? Hadoop can perform only in a batch processing and data will be accessed only in a sequential manner. A huge data set when processed results in another huge data set which should also be processed sequentially. That is the only thing called batch processing and accessed only in a sequential order. This is the only major drawback of Hadoop. And what is a HBase? Is a distributed column-oriented database built on top of the Hadoop file. HBase is similar to like in a Google's big table, designed to provide a quick random access. So this is like Google's big table is nothing but HBase. I think you can understand within a diagram. So HBase is having a data consumer and data producer, and between there is a read and write option of HDFS. So consumer will only read and producer can have an option of write. Okay, so this is about an HBase simple language, in a marketing language. What is meant by data consumer, what is meant by a data producer. Producer in the write mode, consumer is in the read mode. Where I can get this all I can get it from HDFS, that is from the Hadoop. So the storage mechanism in HBase, as I told you, HDFS is only like in a DBMS, relation database storage, like in a information. So it is a column oriented database and the tables in it in a sorted by a row. In short, HBase is nothing but a table, rows, columns, families, column family in a collection of columns, row family in collection of column families, and column is a collection of key values. So this is just like in a tables database. You can see here the storage mechanism in a HBase, that is a column families. Can you see the column family? Personal data and professional data. These are the families of column. In each column family, there is a different types of n number of rows. Maybe in a name, or it may be in a city, or it may be designation, salary, or anything. So each name will have a n number of values, key values. That is an employee ID, primary key, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and number. So this is about in a HBase, just like in a tables, rows and column family. Where to use a HBase? HBase are random and a real-time read-write access to big data. It's a host very large tables on top of the cluster. Is a non-relational database modeled after Google's big table. So underline, HBase is nothing but Google's big table. It is also accessed in a Google file system like Apache. HBase architecture, it is like a client. You can see it is in a HDF. There are different regional wise servers, and then there is a HMaster, then there is a client. It is called Zookeeper. Please check my previous video where I informed you very clearly. I explained you what is meant by a Zookeeper. Now it will be taken care in the HDFS. So this is about the HBase, the repository system, the storage system. So here I will leave the topic about the HBase. So HBase is nothing but a storage mechanism that is about the column families and rows, and use the HBases. So up to here we studied about the different types of Hadoop tools. I just recall here, before going to an Yarn application, we studied about Hadoop, Scoop, OG, Apaches, and then we studied about an HBase, Hive. These are the Flume. These are some of the major tools of Hadoop. Okay, these are all the Hadoop tools only. So the storage mechanism, Hadoop, HBase, and OG workflow. So with this, I'll just start the new topic about Yarn. So till here we studied about the different tools of Hadoops and different applications where these tools are being used and how it has been used in the Hadoop by using an Apache. Now from here onwards we are going to learn about Yarn. Okay.